Hi everyone, so I wanted to give you some relaxation exercises that you could do to relax an area of your body that we tend to hold a lot of stress and a lot of tension in. So one of the most common areas, and I certainly do this, is that we hold a lot of tension in our TMJ, which is our temporomandibular joint, which is your jaw joint. Obviously people clench their teeth an awful lot and they just hold this tension here. Often people will clench their teeth in their sleep as well, and they might grind their teeth as well, and you're not even always aware that you're doing this unless somebody tells you. But often if you wake up in the morning with a little bit of a headache or just kind of a tight feeling in your cheeks, chances are you've been clenching your teeth at night. And I want you to just notice now, everything is connected, so when you hold tension in one part of your body, you are holding tension throughout your body. It doesn't exist in isolation, it's affecting other structures nearby and also structures far away. And there's also an interesting relationship between the TMJ and the pelvic floor. Just amazing. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to create some tension in your jaw. So clench your teeth together, kind of get that real tense feeling, and then let it go and just let your jaw relax. Again, clench your teeth together, create that tension, and then let it relax. Take your awareness down to your pelvic floor and try it one more time. Create that tension and let it relax. Did you feel the relaxation in the pelvic floor? Don't worry if you didn't, but it was there. So let's bring the teeth slightly apart and have your tongue against the roof of your mouth. And take some long, slow, deep breaths. Notice what you notice and just feel what you feel. Okay, so I'm going to give you some release exercises that you can practice and do at home and see what you find. So these are just a couple of little release exercises that I like to do and that really seem to work. So I'm going to do 3 exercises with you. If you have any particular issues with your jaw, if you suffer with your jaw dislocating or you have a known TMJ disorder, then just perhaps check before you do these, because these are just a general exercise for a normal, healthy, although stressed jaw. Okay, so the first one, we're going to just use a little bit of pressure, and I want you to think about where your cheekbones are. So this is called your zygomatic arch, so have a feel right where the cheekbone is, and then I want you to get your pad of your fingers in there and just give it a little bit of a massage. You can do both sides at the same time if you want. So just kind of getting in there, and you're looking for any areas that feel tender, that feel like there could be some tension and tightness there. So if that kind of all feels okay, you can apply a little bit more pressure. So you can use you can use your knuckles to get in there. And what I want you to do is get your knuckles kind of in and under, so you're coming up under the cheekbone, so under that zygomatic arch. And just kind of get in there. It's almost like you're kneading dough, and find where the tension and the tight spots are. And if you find somewhere that feels like, oh, that's a nasty little bit, and then just give it a little bit more attention, you can hold it and hold the pressure there, or you can just keep moving it. We shouldn't feel tender spots. Healthy muscles shouldn't hurt when we apply a little bit of pressure to them. So if you're finding some tender spots, chances are this is somewhere that you are holding that hidden tension in your body. So you can kind of spend as long as you like with that, but when you let go, already my jaw feels a little bit more free. Okay, so I have another little jaw exercise for you. So this time I'm going to get you to apply some pressure right onto the actual joint. Okay, so it's usually just down a little bit from your ear, and if you open and close your mouth a few times, you'll feel the joint moving. So find where your joint is on both sides, and then 2 fingers, and you're going to apply some pressure there. Teeth just in a normal position, so you don't want them clenching together, but you don't want them really wide open. So just slightly apart. Let's go slightly apart for this one. Now I'm just stand to the side so that you can kind of see. Do slightly apart. Find that jaw joint, and then I want you to press, adding some pressure here, and then I want you to swallow 5 times. And when you've done 5 swallows, you're going to let it go. How does your jaw feel? How does that tension feel? Getting better all the time. Okay, so one last little release that we're going to do now, and it's called an occipital lift. So actually we're going to the back of the head now, because if these little occipital muscles are tight, then the masseter muscles, the kind of the clencher muscles, if you like, are also going to be tight. So we want to kind of release these to release these. So we're going to find the little bony bit behind your ear. So it's kind of just behind your ear, and if you kind of feel around, you'll feel like where the bony projection is, and then it kind of dips away a little bit, and you can almost like get under there. So I want you to place your inside of your thumb on that bony projection. It's like you're trying to get your thumb under that little ridge, and then the rest of the hand is just going to come onto your head. You're going to do the same on the other side, so I'm hoping this doesn't affect my microphone too much. Okay, so we're going to lift those occipital bones at the back, so kind of get your thumb under that little ridge and lift, and then keeping your chin pulled in, you're going to turn your head to one side. You're going to lift with one side, so I'm lifting with my left side, this side is lifting, and then the right side I'm kind of pulling down, and then over to the other side, and again find that lift. Right side is lifting, left side is pulling down, and just play with that a few times, lifting and releasing. So I'm hoping that's not really bothering the microphone, but do it a few more times. So one hand is lifting, so lifting those occipital bones, pulling down on the other side, and then switching. So just going slowly from side to side, and often you will find that if you have a tension headache, that will really relieve it. Now sometimes when you do this, you will get a little bit of a crack through your neck. Okay, so don't completely freak out. It's just a really weird sensation when you do it, and it's probably a good thing, and it will probably feel amazing afterwards. It's just like a little self-adjustment, so don't panic that you've damaged yourself. It does happen quite often there. Okay, so those are just 3 little exercises for you to do to try and release tension if you are holding tension in your TMJ. So we have got the just the self-massage, using as much or as little pressure as you like. We've got the pressure on the actual joint where we do the 5 little swallows and then we release. And again, you can use as little or as much pressure there as feels right for you. And then we have that occipital release where we're lifting the occipital bones at the back and we're stretching from one side to the other, and that feels amazing. And if you do those 3, when you notice that you're starting to hold tension in your jaw, your body will really thank you for it, and you will just feel a real big release. I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know when you've tried it, what you found, and if there's anywhere else that you have noticed that you are holding tension in your body. Thank you.